Here, with a new morning, we have to turn our calendars because now it's 1st of June and we will going to have our knowledge enhancement for 31st May 2021 news headlines. Development took place around us, the events which have created a history of memory. So let's check it out with 9 at 9 and then we have Times Now news. So do watch it out.
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today, Monday night. This is your primetime destination news. Newsmakers, talking points, news without the noise. Tonight, the big talking point, the Central Vista controversial project has got the High Court green flag. We'll be joined by the minister in charge. Hardeep Puri takes on the critics of the government in a moment from now. Also, Centre versus Bengal. Battle of egos as the Chief Secretary's transfer becomes a new conflict flashpoint between Didi and Mr. Modi. But first, the 9 headlines at 9 tonight. India's COVID cases decreased to their lowest in 50 days. 1.52 lakh cases recorded in the last 24 hours. Recoveries rise to nearly 92%. However, more than 300 districts still have 5% plus positivity rate. The Modi government's controversial Central Vista project gets a go-ahead as the Delhi High Court junks a petition opposing its construction. High Court calls it a project of national importance, imposes a 1 lakh fine on the petitioner. The Centre versus Mamta government fight escalates as the Bengal Chief Secretary rejects an extension. Mamta appoints Alapan Bandyopadhyay as her advisor instead. Centre threatens to take action against the Chief Secretary. The other big story, India's economy contracts by a record 7.3% in financial year 2020-21, the lowest in 4 decades. However, fourth quarter of the fiscal did show a marginal growth of 1.6%. Fuel prices now hit an all-time high. Petrol rates breached the 100 rupee per litre mark in Mumbai. Rajasthan, Sri Ganganagar records 105.15 paise per litre, the highest in the country. Centre seeks 2 days' time from the Supreme Court on a plea seeking cancellation of the CBSE 12th board exams. Apex Court asked the government, why can't the exams be cancelled like last year? Sensational mystery girl link emerges to fugitive Mehul Choksi. PNB scam accused lawyers claims Choksi was honey trapped in Dominica. Kerala Assembly passed a resolution demanding the recall of the Lakshadweep administrator. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan calls the Lakshadweep draft regulations an attempt to impose a saffron agenda on the Union territory. And British intelligence agencies believe COVID-19 was a Chinese lab leak theory. An explosive new study claims that Chinese scientists created the virus in a Wuhan lab and then tried to cover up by reverse engineering.
All right, this is breaking information coming in from government sources. The central government, in fact, sources have indicated that the Chief Secretary's retirement shows that Mamta Banerjee is on the back foot. This is information coming from the centre, but they're saying that Mamta Banerjee knows that the facts of the matter are against the Chief Secretary and this is a last bid to save him. Mamta Banerjee has done a big U-turn in a matter of hours from requesting PM to confirm the extension of Chief Secretary for 3 months to retiring him now. But this doesn't change anything. Charge sheet will be issued and disciplinary action will be taken against Alapan Bandyopadhyay. Let's go across to Megha Prasad as well as Tamal, who's joining us live on the story. Megha, I'll come to you first. Government sources here at the centre are indicating that disciplinary action, nevertheless, despite the retirement of Alapan Bandyopadhyay, will continue against him.
That's what we are picking, Madhav. We are being told by our sources here in the government that, the action will continue in the sense that action will be taken against him after a charge sheet is filed in this entire matter. And that whatever has happened today, the change of mind by the West Bengal government, a change of mind by Mamta Banerjee, which of course reflected in her action that she ensured Mr. Alapan Bandyopadhyay retires as he was due today. Remember why we are saying this, Madhav, because he already was given a 3-month extension. The reason cited was that he was leading this entire, the government's endeavor in fighting COVID pandemic there in West Bengal, and he was required, to be a part of the administration so that effective measures could be taken, or everything was actually happening under him. So Mamata Banerjee had sought a 3-month extension that was duly given to him. Why did this change happen? Now, the centre here is of the opinion that, of course, she ensured that that he no longer continues in the position of Chief Secretary, that another role is given to him, but outside the government, that he does not continue to be part of the government. This could be a way to avoid any action being taken against him, because then technically today he's retired, he's out of the government, even though the new role that has been given to him as an advisor to the West Bengal Chief Minister lasts for 3 long years, and he pretty much will be doing the same thing with the same powers, if experience is anything to go by, Madhav. Centre says that doesn't change anything. He was an officer of the government of India, and the All India Service Rule applies to him. And so in this matter, because of which the Cabinet Committee of Appointment met and asked him or rather attached him to DOPT here in Delhi, that case will go ahead, the charge sheet will happen, and of course action will be taken against him, is what they are saying right now. I mean, this is pending investigation, Madhav.
All right, just stay with us, Megha. Let me also take the point across to Tamal. Tamal, now this is very important, because if there is disciplinary action that is initiated against Alapan Bandyopadhyay despite his retirement, then perhaps there would be no other option but to approach the CAT or courts of law to quash those proceedings, or at least act against them for Alapan Bandyopadhyay now that he has officially retired from service.
Well, Madhav, first you have to understand, the centre has already filed caveat before courts, fearing that there could be some legal move on behalf of the state or from behalf of Alapan Bandyopadhyay. However, it has not really happened. The second important point, now that you talk about disciplinary action, and I was just talking to my sources after having seen this information, coming to us from government sources, we're trying to figure out as what is the option before Alapan Bandyopadhyay. So what I'm being told, and if I can quote the gentleman, on what ground will a disciplinary action be initiated? Something that has to be informed to Alapan Bandyopadhyay in the first place. Minded, on 10th of May, Mamata Banerjee had written a letter to the centre asking for extension of Alapan Bandyopadhyay. On 24th of May, the extension was given by the centre. On 28th of May, the recall happened, but no explanation was given. Yes, the Chief Minister had kind of responded to the recall, has responded to the letter, has written to the Prime Minister, but thereafter there has not been response coming in from the Prime Minister to the Chief Minister. Now that the letter has come from DOPT to the Chief Secretary, it basically has been asked to join DOPT once again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Once again, in that second letter too, there has been no reasoning given as whether it's a disciplinary action, as whether Alapan Bandyopadhyay has been reprimanded for what allegedly unfolded on 28th of May at Kalaikunda. So, given the fact that in the run-up to things up till now, there has not been any official communication between the centre and the state, between DOPT and Alapan Bandyopadhyay, as why is being shifted, or why is being asked, or why is being recalled, the scope for a disciplinary action, how much it stays, we have to wait and see. Yes, when it happens, will Alapan Bandyopadhyay seek some legal recourse? Once again, you have to wait and see. At this point in time, what you can confirm, Alapan Bandyopadhyay was supposed to retire today. He has accepted his retirement.
Yes.
Whether this retirement happened before the show cause came, something again.
Tamal, we'll have to leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank you and Megha for joining us.
Has issued notice in a plea that sought directions to the central government to ensure Twitter complies with the new IT rules. Twitter has said that it has appointed a resident grievance officer as per the new rules on 28th of May. The court and Twitter counsel Sajan Povavia have agreed that there is no question about not complying. So Twitter had not complied when the petition was filed, but since then it has. in terms of appointment of a resident grievance officer, which happened on 28th of May, Twitter claims, as per the new IT rules. Now, Twitter will have to reply in 3 weeks and put on record what has been done regarding compliance. Let's go across to Neelashish joining us in the broadcast with more details. Neelashish, while other social media giants have agreed to comply, Twitter is dragging its feet. But in the Delhi High Court, they've claimed that they have now appointed a resident grievance officer on 28th of May as per the new rules. Tell us more about what happened in the hearing.
Well, yes, this was a plea that had sought directions to Twitter to comply with the new IT rules. Now, when this matter came up for hearing before a single judge bench of Justice Rekha Palli, Twitter did say that when this application was filed, they had not complied with the rules. However, as of now, they have appointed a resident grievance officer and they are in compliance with rules as of May 28th. However, very significant observation by the court coming in, wherein it was said that given the fact that these rules have not been stayed at any stage, there is no question of non-compliance by Twitter, and therefore a notice was issued and it has been sought from Twitter as to what it has done, and such a reply must be filed within 3 weeks. The petitioner also stated that the resident grievance officer that has been appointed is not in line and not in compliance with the rules. So that is also an aspect that will be looked into when the matter is taken up.
Right, so the matter has now been posted for 6th of July.
It's now the time to say a goodbye to each other. That month have taken a transformation from May to June. So now we were going to pursue in the month of June ahead with all news headlines for you at your platter. With a promise to see you again soon, I'm concluding it for today.